All right, ladies and gentlemen, now boys and girls, and all you little maniacs across the world, once again, it is time for Robcast, coming at you live, uncut, and unrated from Spreaker Podcast and Robcast Radio. So here's Zombie, you little maniacs, and here we go. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you little maniacs across the planet Earth, welcome once again to Robcast. I don't even know what number it is. We'll worry about that later. But right now, what we always do and what we will do, we will start off our show, your show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your show. We always start off the show by saying thank you to the Army, thank you to the Navy, thank you Air Force, and thank you Marines. That's right, for doing what you bad motherfuckers do to keep our country free. So thank you, gentlemen, past, present, and future, ladies and gentlemen, for your service. Also, back to badge, boys in blue. Support your local peace officers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hey, they just want to get home at the end of the day to their family, just like you do. So back to badge, support the boys in blue. All of the first responders, firefighters, EMTs, and what also peace officers. Here at Robcast Radio, we will always give the first responders mad respect, because whereas you and I all run away from danger, ladies and gentlemen, these are all professionally trained to run straight into it, and for that we will always give them respect. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, all you little maniacs, we are back like a monkey on some crack, like a chicken wing hanging on a string, baby. And we are ready to, we got just a couple of little things as we continuously advance and move forward. We're trying, right, Cliff? We did not mean for the audio nuggets to come in and blast your freaking eardrums out yesterday. However, it's all new switches and stuff, and there's only a few of them to figure out. It's not like we've got a 32-channel mixing board. We have a 5-channel mixing board, so it can't be too hard to figure out. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Robcast, where we remind you to live your dreams and to wake up every single day doing what you love to do. Makes the world a better place. And also, yes, you, this one person listening, at least. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At some points, we have people listening all over the world. So, just depending on you listening to this Robcast right now at this moment, that's right, you have a special talent. And we will always encourage you here at Robcast Radio to use that special talent to your advantage every single day whenever you wake up. You know, whenever you do what you love to do, it does not mean that you do not have to do hard work. It's just that, like, the time, space continuum changes, and things, whenever you're doing something that you love to do, it's work. Yes, you still have to compete. You still have to, create new content and things that people might want to tune into or insert whatever your goals or your dreams are here. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is that whenever you do use that special talent that you have to your advantage, and you're doing something that you love to do every single day, yeah, something strange happens and time seems to go by faster. There's not enough hours in the day. Speaking of not having enough hours in the day, say thank you for tuning in. And follow the show. Download the Spreaker Podcast app. You know the drill. Follow us on Facebook, Robert Cole Zombie in parentheses. Let's see, yes. YouTube, the Rob C. Zombie channel on YouTube. You can always listen to this program and any other Robcast Radio, any other Robcast Radio programming on YouTube. And we got to stop this. Let's just kill all the background stuff for now. Yeah, check out the Rob C. Zombie channel on YouTube. And That's where, yes, definitely, they'll break down, if the programs are long, they'll break them down into smaller segments. They'll be on YouTube, the audio. So, yeah, definitely the Rob C. Zombie on YouTube, Twitter, Robert Cole at Robcast Radio on Twitter, and definitely correspond with the show. If you have any input, if you would like to be featured on the show, or your views and your opinions could be right here. If you just send us an email, and that is radiorobcast@gmail.com, radiorobcast@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing microphone abuse right now, bumping into the mic. I'm bumping into the mic. Not trying to do that. I'm going to talk about online scammers. It seems like the first wave of scammers, let's say on Craigslist, because I put some things, some big boy toys, if you got a motorcycle or a boat or a trailer or something to that effect that you'd like to sell, put it on let's say YouTube. No, you put it, everything looking good over there, flip, kicking, rocking and rolling, no popping and clicking. We did do a little bit of a comparison. Like, we listened to part of the show yesterday, and it seems like, other than that, coming in really hot on some things, so yeah, bear with us, man. Just like we wish for you to constantly advance and move forward and live your life to its fullest, our commitment to you is that we will constantly advance and move forward by trying to give you better sound quality. Like, you can really hear that turbo diesel across the street idling right now. Sure can't you? Online scammers, because it seems like it's as the technology changes, so do the scams, and it makes it tough for honest people, because this is what I do. If I have something like, let's say, the neighbor down the street had a 1987 model four-wheeler, but he said that it quit because it needed a new starter, and it has a pull starter on it. And I'm like, well, and I was like, well, that's cool. Anyway, we picked it up cheap for those zombie custom choppers, just to have something to tinker on. And what I think to myself is I'm not, sometimes I'll do this project. I'll sell it as a project. I don't know what's wrong with it. If you want it for parts, then it's this amount. However, my rationing, my thinking, if I am going to put something up for sale, is that I'm going to make it. Are we banging out? Are we doing okay? Is I'm going to make it to where, like, if I were getting ready to take it to the hunting lease, or if I were getting ready to use it for my own personal use. So of course I check all the fluids, and of course I do all of these things. And instead of just putting the pulse generator on this four-wheeler, I did put a new pulse generator, but I put a new CDI unit, high output, high performance CDI. I went ahead and put a new coil, and I went ahead and put a new spark plug. I went ahead and went through the carburetor, stuff like that, before I put it up for sale, for retail. And but scammers, we're talking about scammers. Let's say I'm trying to sell something that cranks on the first pull. It runs, it drives, it does exactly what I said that it does. Whenever you show up to buy one of the very few things that I sell, it's going to be exactly what it says it is in the ad. And the problem that you run into is that there's so many online scammers that when the honest people show up to pick something up or to look at it, it won't start, but it needs a battery. It won't start, but it just needs this or that. When it could have, major mechanical malfunction. It could need a real expensive part. So there are certain things that you really have to look out for. And because people have bought these things on another person's word of what's wrong with it, that's just like, hey, a gentleman asked me about the same little four-wheeler that I fixed and I sold running and driving. And he was like, I said, well, it needs a pulse generator in order to run. He's like, well, it could have water in the oil, it could need this, it could need that, it could need all of these things. And I just sent him one text back that said, well, then don't buy it. You know, why are you asking me what it needs, and then you're telling me everything on the planet that it could need? And I'm thinking, yeah, monkeys might fly out of your asshole right now too, but it's not that likely, because I checked all of these things that you're saying could possibly be wrong with it, and it's fine. And just like I told him it was fine, I put a new pulse generator on it, boom. It's really the only major thing that it needed. So that makes two things happen now. Okay, anytime you do put something on, like, let's say Craigslist to sell it, immediately, anytime I put something on Craigslist, because what reminded me of this today, I look at Craigslist and I see it was a Kawasaki Voyager, which is a big dressed out motorcycle. Kawasaki Voyager for $300. There's a picture of like a barn find, you know what I mean? It's like a motorcycle. Anyway, a motorcycle that hadn't been ridden needs some more, whatever. $300, yes, it's definitely worth that. But what happens is that they direct you to some. Well, anyway, there was an ad on Craigslist that said, "Scammers beware," that this is some kind of an auction site that they get you onto, and they charge you this or that or whatever. I didn't exactly know what the scam was. However, I looked at a Harley on Craigslist, and after looking at the Harley on Craigslist and telling them that I was interested in it, and don't ever send anyone your information, because I sent them the information to send me information about this motorcycle. And instead of sending me information about this motorcycle, I got an email, and I go to eBay, I get an invoice. I got an invoice for PayPal for $1,000. Well, guess what? It's a $5,500 motorcycle, supposedly, that, I'm buying, but you can't look at it, touch it, feel it. I sent them a very kind email that said, hey, you want to make something happen in person, where I can come and look at this bike, touch it, feel it, and ride it, then that might be doable. But yeah, motherfuckers sending me invoices and shit like that, no, I don't dig it. I don't like it. I don't like it a bit. And that's what they were saying today, that this was a ghost ad that was trying to get, that was ultimately trying to get people onto this auction site. So it does two things, yes. Then I get an email every single time I put anything, no matter what it is, on Craigslist, and I put a text that they can text to reply. I get a text that, is this item still available in good working condition? Yes. And then I get another text that says, okay, I would like to know all your information so that I can arrange for so that I can arrange to send you a cashier's check, right? And once you get the cashier's check, then I'll get my courier to pick the item up. And if you don't mind, I will include an extra $300 or $400 for the courier's fees. And I just always reply to that, cash in person only, period. Cash in person only, period. That's all there is to it. And we'll do a couple of little audio nuggets, so you may or may not have to turn your radio down. We're talking about scammers. See if we can find something on here about scamming, Flip. And let's also, what we can do is bring the main. See, we need it now that we're stepping in high cotton with a mixing board and I still don't know, a Behringer microphone, Behringer mixing board, I think. It's not, I'm not 100% sure, definitely Behringer mixing board. Anyway, not to get all technical on you all. However, there could be few little techies out there. Don't need a spider. You got a little brown recluse joining this